ABC7 Bangor.
This is ABC7 News at Noon.
Authorities have determined a man's death in Lemoyne was a homicide. Good afternoon, I'm Susan Farley. A local hospital has received a new addition to help better serve its community. And the city of Brewer has a new way to help keep the Riverwalk crime-free. Thank you for joining us. These stories and more are coming up. First, let's check in with meteorologist Devin Biggs. Devin?
Hey Susan, happy Monday afternoon. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Luigi and Fredericks, across from Eastern Maine Medical Center, serving the greater Bangor area for over 65 years. Alrighty, we had some frost advisories in effect earlier this morning. Those are starting to back off now. Those were dropped at 9 a.m. earlier this morning. And the rest of the day, though, we're going to watch for clouds moving in from the west, going toward the east. We're seeing some of those developing this morning. Slight chance for a few rain showers cannot be ruled out during the afternoon period, so make sure to keep an eye on that as it does develop. But otherwise, moving forward, though, we're looking pretty decent. Just those rain showers off toward the west. Some of those will try to sneak into our neck of the woods, but otherwise, we'll just be mostly cloudy today, but then becoming mostly clear later on tonight, and that will allow temperatures to fall. And that right there could be a little bit of fog that we'll have to watch out for tomorrow morning as well. But otherwise, though, moving forward, the winds won't be too bad. Generally out of the west, but sometimes out of the southwest to the northwest in a few spots at about 5 miles per hour. For the most part. But for today, though, can't really complain. Lower 50s, mostly cloudy with a slight chance for a few afternoon rain showers, with the wind overall looking nice and calm. Moving ahead towards tonight, lower 30s, mostly clear areas of frost again, with the wind overall looking nice and calm. Moving ahead towards tomorrow, lower 60s, mostly sunny, with that west wind getting up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. In your hourly forecast for the rest of the afternoon period, cloudy skies, slight chance for a few rain showers, temperatures in the 50s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Susan?
Thank you, Devin. Authorities have determined a man's death in Lemoyne was a homicide. That announcement made Sunday from the Maine Department of Public Safety. Authorities say it was last Monday when the man's body was discovered in a home on Shore Road. A friend had stopped by the home, and that's when the man's body was discovered. Officials have not confirmed the man's name because the medical examiner's office was still working to confirm his identity. No arrests have been made in the case, and the state police continue to investigate. Testimony will resume tomorrow in the trial of a mother accused of killing her 3-year-old son. Last week, forensic examiners confirmed a disturbing discovery, and for the first time, the jury heard voice recordings of Jessica Williams explaining what she believed caused her child's fatal injuries. A.J. Douglas has more.
Friday, the state called members from the Maine State Police Crime Lab to the stand. Their testimony confirmed bloodstains found on 3-year-old Maddox's clothing. Blood was found on the front and back of Maddox's T-shirt, dinosaur comforter, and rectum area of his shorts. A Maine State sex crimes kit reportedly came back negative for semen. Maine State Police Detective Corporal Ryan Brockway says police had to track Trefethen down in search of answers surrounding the child's death. Members of the jury listened to a more than 2-hour recording of the mother's initial interview with police. Trefethen claims the injuries Maddox suffered are a result of rough child's play among siblings and an attack from the family dog. At one point in the recorded interview, Trefethen states, "When Maddox came to me like that, suggesting the child already had bruising prior to coming to live with her full time." Defense attorney Caitlin Smith says she is still hopeful that the jury will find Trefethen innocent.
I don't think that there's been anything that shows that Jessica did any of this. Jessica's innocent, and as the evidence comes in, that will consistently show that.
Smith claims that the state did not attempt to identify any other possible causes for Maddox's injuries.
The state decided that it was Jessica pretty much the moment that Maddox entered that hospital and didn't do an investigation into anyone else or anything else.
Next week, the jury is expected to hear from the medical examiner who will detail the injuries that caused Maddox's untimely death. In Belfast, A.J. Douglas, ABC7, Fox 22.
All Maine courts are closed today because of the holiday. Testimony will resume tomorrow when the courts reopen in Belfast. Maine State Police confirm a man who escaped from police custody has now been found. Brett Doan of Lincoln fled from police on Saturday. Police say Doan was cooperative with police initially, but while being questioned, he fled while cuffed. Doan is wanted for multiple burglary and thefts. Police thank all the public for their assistance. Saturday morning around 6 a.m., residents of 1208 Port Road in Machiasport reported a fire on the second level of the home. Machiasport Fire Chief Dave Nielsen says all residents evacuated the home without injury. According to Nielsen, the home is not currently livable due to substantial smoke and water damage. A total of 7 people were living at the residence and reported that there were several explosions that occurred. Nielsen said electrical problems could possibly have sparked the fire. However, the Maine State Fire Marshal's office is currently investigating the official cause of the fire. Nielsen added that 7 residents of the home are in touch with relatives and the American Red Cross to accommodate temporary housing. Today is Indigenous Peoples Day. In 2019, Governor Mills signed into law LD 179. That's an act to replace Columbus Day with Indigenous Peoples Day. In a release from her office, Governor Janet Mills said, quote, "Today, our state honors the earliest stewards of the land we are fortunate to call home. For thousands of years, the indigenous peoples of Maine have shaped the character and identity of Maine. While we have made progress on the challenges we share over these past 4 years, I believe this progress should represent the beginning and not the end of our work. Today, we recognize the contributions of the Wabanaki people to the fabric of Maine, and we recommit to making progress on behalf of our children and grandchildren," end quote. A local veterans group and tattoo shop have partnered once again to raise funds for Maine vets. The American fundraiser, previously known as the Veterans Benefit Tattoo Contest, has been renamed the Ed Sheffer Ink and Iron Fest in honor of the late Ed Sheffer. Sheffer was the owner of Diversified Ink and one of the founders of the original fundraiser. The event consists of a tattoo contest and car show that is free for veterans and $10 to the public. All proceeds for the event go to the Maine Veterans Project, an organization focused on veteran wellness and suicide prevention. Doc Goodwin, president of the Maine Veterans Project, says that since the starting of the fundraiser, it has become much more than just a tattoo contest and car show.
At the very first event, we noticed that some dialogue was being shared. So this event quickly morphed into not just a fundraiser, but a wonderful social event that helps veterans get out and talk about some of the most traumatic aspects of their lives.
Like to donate to the Maine Veterans Project, you can send a check donation to 207 Parkview Avenue in Bangor. Donate online at mainveteransproject.org. A local hospital has received a new addition to help better serve its community. The Northern Light Mayo Hospital added a new ambulance to their fleet with the help of a grant from the U.S. Department of Agriculture. According to Regional EMS Operations Manager Chuck McMahon, the truck will make a fine addition to the fleet that is responsible for serving Maine's second largest community.
We have had a really critical need for new trucks. Both because of the volume that we're doing with transports has been increasing, but also our aging fleet and just inability to fund new trucks.
According to McMahon, the truck has been fitted with all the gear necessary to ensure the safety and comfort of all the patients transported, along with the funding for the new ambulance. The hospital also received funding for a new power stretcher. He says the new power stretcher will be one of the most useful tools the team will have at their disposal and will make the unloading and loading of patients much easier.
I mean, it's imperative that they have the equipment that they need. You know, they go into difficult situations, they go to trauma situations, and they need to have everything that they possibly can for technology and the best equipment we can give them so that they can do their jobs well and help people.
The president of Northern Light Mayo Hospital says that it would not have been possible to secure funding for the ambulance without the help of the USDA, and she is grateful to have received it. Coming up on ABC 7 News at noon, we'll tell you about a walk to raise awareness for a rare disease. We'll be right back.
If you're a Medicare beneficiary and live in the area, call now to see how this little card could get you some big benefits, including money added back to your Social Security check. With one toll-free call, you can find out how easy it is to get all of your original Medicare coverage, plus extra benefits. You get an all-in-one plan designed to fit your needs so you can be your best every day. You could have medical coverage, prescription drugs with $0 generics, dental, vision and hearing, plus the WellCare Visa Flex Card, money for over-the-counter items, and money back in your Social Security check each month, and so much more. And here's more good news. You can get a WellCare plan for a $0 monthly premium. How can WellCare offer all of those benefits for a $0 monthly premium? It's simple. Medicare Advantage and Medicare Part D prescription drug coverage are important parts of Medicare. WellCare has a contract with Medicare to offer and provide these important options to you. Call right now to get your free copy of the WellCare All-in-One Guide. Call 1-877-282-3827 now. There is absolutely no obligation for requesting this free information. WellCare offers benefits that go beyond the basics, including up to $840 each year added to your Social Security check to help cover your Part B premium. Call today to get your free copy of the All-in-One Guide with absolutely no obligation. Your free plan guide will give you the details you need to make a smart choice for your Medicare coverage. Just call 1-877-282-3827. Remember, there's no obligation for requesting this free information. So call 1-877-282-3827. WellCare. Call today.
I have a great job. I get up early, head on out, and I get to work. I install solar panels. They power our homes and give me a great paycheck. When Paul LePage was governor, he opposed projects like this, putting Maine last for solar jobs in New England. He even said that climate change wasn't a threat to Maine. Look, we need more of these jobs, and that won't happen if we go back to Paul LePage.
The top funder of Better Maine is the Democratic Governors Association.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
The Brewer Police Department recently introduced a new unit to help keep the Riverwalk crime-free and improve relations with citizens. Matthew Jaroncic has more.
Take a stroll on Brewer's Riverwalk and you may stumble across Brewer police officers riding up and down the path. Adding bikes to their daily patrol, for Officer Brandon Curtis and Sergeant Zachary Karen, the idea is to be visible and keep the area safe.
We have a beautiful waterfront here in Brewer, something we're really proud of, and we're always looking at better ways to patrol it and keep it safe for the citizens and keep the shenanigans down here at a very minimum.
There are 4 officers that are part of the mountain bike force with hopes of expanding the unit in the future.
If we had a certain problem area where we could implement the bicycles, we would absolutely use these it's a very useful tool, so we would absolutely implement these whenever needed.
And as you can see, the Riverwalk is starting to become a little busy. And even though this is a brand new program, residents say they feel safe.
Here we feel very, very safe. It's just that I could walk here by myself. I do not worry about it. But in times past, it wasn't always that way. So this is great. We applaud it.
And while this spot is a heavily traveled area, VZ resident Ann Smith says she appreciates the effort the police department is putting into keeping the area safe.
It's always important that patrons feel safe in walking, and there's a lot of elderly, there's a lot of young people that walk here, a lot of programs for the disabled come in and use this space, and I think it's crucial that they feel comfortable, safe. Well, thank you, first of all. I mean, I appreciate that they have the manpower to do it. Even just a sporadic monitoring and patrolling makes a huge difference in any kind of public walkway.
Matthew Jaroncic, ABC 7 and Fox 22.
Mainers are raising awareness of a rare disease that reportedly affects tens of thousands of Americans. Devin Dagnall has the story.
It's not easy. It's not easy for the victim going through it, and it's not easy for the family to watch.
The Maine affiliate for the Huntington's Disease Society of Americas hosted the Team Hope Walk at Ellsworth High School. According to Nancy Patterson, the Maine affiliate chair for HDSA, the event was to raise funds for the HDSA programs and to raise awareness about the fatal genetic disease.
The Huntington's Disease Society of America is there for support, for education. There are a lot of publications and webinars for physicians and anyone who's involved in the care of a person who has Huntington's disease.
According to the HDSA, it is approximated that 41,000 people in the United States have Huntington's disease, and even more family members are affected by it. Lori Wilcox, who describes herself as the voice of her brother DJ who is fighting the disease, says it's like Alzheimer's, MS, ALS, and Parkinson's all wrapped into one.
It's like you're just watching him deteriorate and you can't stop it. You can't help him. There's nothing we can do. That's why it's very important to do the walk, for hope, to donate what you can, even donating your time.
Lisa Ashford, a woman who has been diagnosed with Huntington's disease, says one of the best things people can do is show their support by educating themselves and attending events like the Hope Walk.
It's awesome to see this many people. And I was actually able to have a best friend and my son and his wife here today with us. But seeing everybody turn out it's fabulous.
To learn more about Huntington's disease or any fundraisers in your area, visit hdsa.org. In Ellsworth, I'm Devin Dagnall, reporting for ABC7 and Fox 22.
Does your race increase your chances of getting dementia? We'll take a look when we return.
Joe Baldacci was born, raised, and educated right here in Bangor. He's promoted and supported hundreds of millions of dollars in commercial and economic development projects. He has fought to protect vital services from drastic budget cuts. In his first term in the state Senate, Joe delivered for his constituents in Bangor and Herman on jobs, school funding, expansion of health care, and protecting the environment. Joe Baldacci, delivering results for the people of Bangor and Herman.
If you've been hurt in a car accident, watch out. Watch out. The insurance company's job is to do what's best for them, not you.
Watch out. If you wait too long to hire a lawyer, it may hurt your case. Don't trust that insurance company after your accident. You could miss out on a lot of money. Call the Twos and we'll watch out for you.
Lowry and Associates watched out for me and got me $150,000.
Call the Twos. We win for you.
If you're hurt in an accident, what do? Call 222-2222.
This Veterans Day, join Fox ABC Maine as we salute and honor our veterans. Are you an active, inactive, or retired member of the armed services? Do you know someone who is? Then upload your photos on foxbangor.com/Maine Heroes. We will randomly select as many veterans as possible to win a gift card. Locally sponsored by Bangor Floral, Firehouse Subs, Overhead Door Company of Bangor, and Saliba's Rug Cleaners, LLC.
Seniors know a scam when they see one, like Bruce Poliquin.
My heart is breaking for our seniors in Maine.
He says he'll help Maine seniors. But the last time Poliquin was in Congress, he voted to cut $500 billion from Medicare. And he supports raising the retirement age for Social Security. Maine seniors can trust Jared Golden. Jared stood up to both parties to protect Social Security and Medicare.
I'm Jared Golden, and I approve this message because Maine seniors earned their retirement.
Leona May's Antique and Gift Shop is now open in Newport. Our unique building is a converted 1800s single-family home that we've given a new life to. A home for treasures, from antiques, collectibles, unique gifts, and so much more. Come make the rounds throughout the many rooms on all 3 floors as you wander back in time or find a unique gift that's perfect for that special someone or that hard to buy for a relative. So come visit us today. Leona May's Antique and Gift Shop, 147 Main Street, Newport.
A strategic city in Ukraine is still reeling after a stunning Russian missile strike that killed more than a dozen civilians. It came after Russian President Vladimir Putin accused Ukrainian forces of blowing up a critical bridge connecting Russia to occupied territory of Crimea. The attack, a major symbolic blow to Putin as Ukrainian troops continue to make gains on the battlefield. ABC's Jay O'Brien has the latest.
Overnight, large explosions heard in the Ukrainian capital of Kyiv. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky confirming the explosions are from Russian missile attacks in multiple cities, saying Russia is trying to, quote, wipe us off the face of the earth. It comes as the Ukrainian city of Zaporizhia is still reeling from a Russian missile strike Sunday that killed at least 17 civilians. Rescuers pulling survivors out of the rubble. Ukraine's president calling the attack absolute evil. Meanwhile, Russian President Vladimir Putin is now labeling the massive explosion Saturday at a crucial Russian bridge a terrorist attack. Before and after satellite images showing the damage to this vital supply line for Moscow's military. connecting Russia to the Crimean Peninsula, which Putin illegally annexed in 2014. Ukraine has not directly claimed responsibility, as Ukrainian forces continue making tactical gains in occupied regions in the country's south and east. President Biden's stirring warning, saying Putin is not joking when making nuclear threats, now hangs over the conflict. Biden adding, "We have not faced the prospect of Armageddon since Kennedy and the Cuban Missile Crisis." The White House saying there is no new intelligence that Putin is planning an imminent use of nuclear weapons, and defending the president's comments.
What the president was reflecting was that the stakes are high right now, given what's going on the battlefield in Ukraine, and given the very irresponsible and reckless comments made by Vladimir Putin in just the last few days.
Putin has also appointed a new general, Sergei Surovikin, to oversee military operations in Ukraine. He's best known for what's been described as total ruthlessness during bombing campaigns in Syria. Jay O'Brien, ABC News, Washington.
Many of us are concerned about getting dementia as we age. A new study looks into whether your race could increase your chance of developing the disease. With more, here's ABC's Jay O'Brien.
Doctors say more than 55 million people around the world are living with dementia. There are many known factors that can increase the risk, and race could be one of them. In the largest study on race and dementia, researchers at the University of California in San Francisco studied nearly 2 million veterans across the U.S. They found higher rates of dementia in Hispanic and Black people compared to Native American, Asian, and white people. Rates were 99% higher for Hispanic veterans and as high as 55% for Black veterans compared to white veterans. If you or a loved one may be showing signs or symptoms of dementia, health experts recommend making an appointment with a doctor for further evaluation. With this Medical Minute, I'm Jay O'Brien, ABC News.
When we return, Devin Biggs has your 5-day forecast.
I'm Jim with Lowry & Associates. Winning car accident cases is what we do. Check out a few of our big wins.
I injured my torso, and they got me $195,000. What did the twos do for you?
I needed foot surgery, and they got me $215,000. What did the twos do for you?
I broke multiple bones, and Lowry & Associates got me $450,000.
Call the twos. We win for you.
If you're hurt in an accident, what do? Call 222-2222.
I'm Bruce Poliquin, and I approve this message.
I've been lobster fishing for over 25 years. These out-of-state groups that are funding Jared Golden, they're hurting us here in Maine, and Jared Golden isn't doing anything to stop them. There's the Jared Golden you see on TV, and then there's the Jared Golden that votes in Congress. He's so focused on getting elected that he's lost touch with what matters here in Maine, and we need someone to fight for us. Unless he leaves his party, there's no way Jared Golden can do anything to help Maine. I don't think Jared Golden's a bad guy, but he isn't a good congressman.
Joe Biden and Janet Mills are working together to crush Maine families with rising costs. Mills and Democrats' radical plan targeting gas and home heating fuel will raise Maine's gas tax by up to 40 cents a gallon. And Mills' new tax on food and household essentials will increase monthly grocery bills by nearly $60. End the Biden-Mills crush on Maine families. Stop Janet Mills. The top funder of Maine Families First is Thomas Klingenstein.
Mainers took Jared Golden at his word, but he just broke his promise. Golden was a deciding vote for Biden's newest spending bill, even though he knew reckless spending would make inflation worse and everything more expensive. What's worse? Golden and Biden hiked taxes $1 billion on those making less than $50,000. Jared Golden, independent when convenient, liberal when it mattered. Congressional Leadership Fund is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Saturday, the Seal Cove Auto Museum hosted its 9th and final Cars and Coffee 2022 event. The museum showcases specialty automobiles ranging from 1885 to 1920, while also hosting events that bring visitors from around the country. Executive Director Ethan Yancoro says the event gives car enthusiasts of all ages the opportunity to come together. He says the brass-era cars featured in the museum oftentimes reflect powerful pieces of American history.
One of the biggest things that we have to our advantage is our changing exhibitions. Currently, we have our featured exhibition, Engines of Change, which is an exploration of the role that motorized transportation played in helping women earn the right to vote.
He says new and engaging perspectives are conveyed through the museum exhibits. The Seal Cove Auto Museum will remain open from 10 to 5 daily until October 31st. Now here's a look at some of the positive stories making headlines today.
A high school quarterback in Wisconsin is breaking barriers. Ava Matz took the field for the first time as the starting quarterback for Pewaukee High School's homecoming game. She led multiple scoring drives en route to a 66-6 win. Ava, who's been playing football since the 8th grade, hopes her story influences other girls to follow their dreams. Anthropologists at a convent near Mexico City have uncovered indigenous symbols from the 1500s painted next to Roman Catholic motifs. Experts say the discovery suggests Spanish priests may have negotiated with indigenous leaders in the years following the 1521 defeat of the Aztec Empire. It's been understood that the Spanish imposed their religion and government. And corgi owners and their furry companions gathering at the gates of Buckingham Palace in London to honor Queen Elizabeth II. For many around the world, the breed is forever linked to the late monarch. Queen Elizabeth owned nearly 30 corgis throughout her life. Her love of the breed began in 1933 when her father, King George VI, brought home a Pembroke Welsh corgi they named Dookie. I'm Emma Smith, and these are some of the uplifting stories making headlines today.
Now let's check your full forecast with Devin Biggs. Devin?
Alrighty, happy Monday afternoon. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Scott's Recreation, New England's largest trailer dealer, home of Maine's lowest camper and tractor prices, with locations in Turner, Manchester, Herman, and Orono, Maine. Alrighty, all the advisories have since been dropped, so we're looking pretty good out there. At this point, though, everything is pretty much calming down. However, we got clouds moving in from the west, going toward the east. Slight chance for a few rain showers during the afternoon period as temperatures eventually will make it into the lower 50s. The setup looks like this. There's a cold front kind of right nearby over our area. That's going to be pushing these chances for a few rain showers in as the day marches on. That's a small chance, so most of us should stay dry today under a mostly cloudy sky, and that will help to hold temperatures down just a little bit. Wave heights very calm along the coastline, around 1 foot right now. Other areas at around 4 feet as well. So overall, we're looking pretty decent moving forward. Our average high is 61 degrees. We'll be in the lower 50s today. That is our coolest day. We're back in the 60s starting Tuesday, running all the way through Sunday as well. Fall foliage, we'll get a new update on this coming up very soon, though, especially for Millinocket, Bangor, Ellsworth, and Greenville. This update will come in later on this week. And most areas starting to get close to peak, if not already at peak. So get outside and enjoy that fall foliage while you can. And we typically peak about early to mid-October, and we're getting into that time frame now. So again, get outside and enjoy it before things really start to change and things start to become a little less colorful. But otherwise, though, moving forward, though, mostly cloudy, slight chance for a few rain showers today, becoming mostly clear later on tonight, allowing more frost to develop and maybe a little bit of fog as well in a few spots. But a lot of sunshine on the way for the daytime tomorrow. So again, another good day to get outside and really enjoy things. And of course, we'll be mostly clear again as we head towards Wednesday night. So otherwise, so moving forward, today is Indigenous Peoples Day. Those celebrating today, mostly cloudy, temperatures in the lower 50s with a slight chance for a few rain showers. Moving ahead towards tonight, though, lower 30s, mostly clear with areas of frost as well, with the wind overall looking nice and calm. For tomorrow, lower 60s, mostly sunny with that west wind getting up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Scott's Recreation extended forecast. Lots of sunshine on Tuesday. Tuesday night and Wednesday morning will be mostly clear. Temperatures in the upper 30s. Partly cloudy as we head towards Wednesday, with even more clouds Thursday and more rain showers as we head towards your Friday.
Thank you, Devin. That's all for ABC 7 News at noon. Thanks for watching. I'm Susan Farley. We'll see you this evening with Beth Jones and Peter Dubois on ABC 7 News at 6. Have a great afternoon.
Join us every Friday this season as we celebrate the return to the gridiron with the most highlights, reaction, and analysis of your favorite teams. Catch Sports Blitz Friday at 11 on ABC 7. Sports Blitz, brought to you by Coastal Auto Parts, your local Napa Auto Parts dealer with 29 locations, owned and operated by a Maine family that cares. And by Dorsey Furniture, Route 1A Holdings, where you'll find furniture that's in stock and ready for delivery.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.